Microscopes lecture. So microscopes, it is very important that we handle them properly. This is very expensive equipment. So the proper way to hold a microscope once you have gotten it out of its cubby is to hold it by the base with one hand and then the arm of the microscope with the other hand. And then walk carefully to your station. Microscope setup. So here's a picture of the microscope. As you can see here, the base, this is what I'm talking about with the base. So you should hold it with one hand here, and then the arm is this big portion back here, and you would hold it with one hand there. So proper setup, make sure the 10 objective is down and the stage is completely up. So we want to make sure we are on the 10 objective. This is what we mean by an objective. And this is the stage here. You want to make sure that the stage is completely up. You want to place the slide on the stage with the stage clips. The clips are on top of the stage here. And under 10x, bring the specimen into sharp focus. You will first use coarse focus to get a glimpse of, you should be able to see an object like a cell or something like that, just real roughly. It might not be real clear, and then you would use fine focus constantly to get a more clear picture of what that cell looks like. You would adjust the light as you need it, and you would examine 10 to 15 fields. Then you would rotate to a higher power, which is 40x, and then examine 10 to 15 fields. For urine, we usually use subdued light, and we will talk about this a little bit more. So parts and functions of the microscope. So I talked about the arm, the base, and the stage. So the mechanical holders, as you see here, this is what holds your slide in place. And then you have the mechanical controls, which moves your slide from side to side and back and forth. So you can examine different fields on your slide. Identifying the parts and functions of the microscope again. So the light source is here. This is what we call the light source. The condenser is up here. And then the condenser adjustment is a little spindle. Actually, he's got his hand on it right here. And then the iris, diaphragm, and lever is off to the side here. The objective lenses, nose piece, and ocular lenses I will talk about on the next slide as there's pictures there. But the coarse adjustment is the large knob here, and then the fine adjustment is the little knob here. So you will be mainly working with the smaller knob on the side for fine adjustment. So objective lenses, so here's the nose piece, objective lenses, and then ocular lenses here. So total magnification of an object on a slide is the objective lens, meaning this, and the ocular lens that we look into. So total low power magnification, so 10 power is in the ocular lens, and then we have 10 power in the objective lens, which equals 100 times magnification. So a 40x objective and a 10x ocular equals 400 times magnification. And then oil immersion, which happens under 100x objective, plus the 10x ocular equals 1,000 times the magnification. So using the microscope, urinalysis, the objective lenses, we usually start low and then high dry powers. We do not use 100x for anything in the urinalysis. The condensers should be down because we want subdued light. And then diaphragms are almost closed. Blood smears in microbiology are a little bit different story. We use low power, high power, and then we use oil immersion under the 100X to identify cells and bacteria. And the condenser should be up and the diaphragm should be open so we have more light coming through to identify those smaller parts on the slide. Proper care after use of the microscope. All slides should be discarded. Clean objective and ocular lenses with lens paper and solution. Turn off your microscope. Lower the stage down all the way. The lowest power objective should be locked into place and cords should be wrapped. Microscopes should be placed back into the assigned number cubby with the arm facing out. And all microscopes are labeled with a number on the back side on the arm. And that number should match the cubby number that you are putting your microscope in. We will be watching and monitoring students putting microscopes back because we need to protect this very expensive equipment, and if you do not care for them properly, you will receive a warning, and the second time it is done, you will be out of the class.